We're getting a clear picture of the damage done to the Coachella Valley's economy 1 year after the beginning of multiple shutdowns.
Tonight in my I-Team report, 1 year in lockdown, billions of dollars lost in tourism revenue, a shrinking workforce, and the uncertainty of what's next.
It's been chaotic.
Joshua Bonner, CEO of the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce, says the coronavirus restrictions and the multiple shutdowns in the past year led to an enormous financial hit for local businesses.
I think at this point, it's safe to say that we were probably woefully prepared for a viral epidemic like this, not just at our local level, but globally.
In the fall of 2020, the I-Team discovered at least 40 businesses that had closed in an 8-month period, including a variety of restaurants, retailers, and hotels stretching across nearly every city. Bonner says decision-making and direction in regards to the shutdowns came from the state, tying the hands of our county and city leaders.
They were very sort of aggressive tacks, especially towards shutting down business, especially towards shutting down small business. I think a lot of us disagreed with it.
Like the rest of the county, Valley residents have seen and felt the negative impacts of the pandemic restrictions, like the number of jobs lost. Taking a look at unemployment rates since 2019, you can see that in 2020, the average unemployment number rose to 11.8%, compared to 2019, where it stood at 4.9%. As of Friday, there's been some movement in the right direction, but still exceptionally high, with unemployment at 10%. According to the data, today there are 9,000 less jobs than in 2019.
And so the labor force today in the Coachella Valley is about 1,500 people less than it was a year ago. These are people that have just stopped looking for work because they realize the opportunities are minimal at best.
Michael Bracken, an economist out of Palm Desert, says 1 in 4 jobs in the Coachella Valley are tourism related. Tourism brings some $7 billion in annual economic impact to the region.
When we're talking about the big events like Coachella, Stagecoach, and the BNP, how much money was lost to the Coachella Valley?
The short answer is billions of dollars. Just the BNB Paribas and Coachella and Stagecoach bring in just under $1 billion to the Coachella Valley a year. So 1/7 of the Coachella Valley's tourism base is within those 4 weekends.
Due to canceled events, hotel occupancy was impacted across the valley. It went from 66% in 2019 to less than 42% in 2020. As restrictions have loosened up and more people get their vaccinations, we've seen an influx of people going to restaurants and shops again across the valley. But is the worst of it over?
Listen, at some point, those eviction moratoriums are going to lift. At some point, some of these safety nets that we've put in place will begin to soften and maybe go away altogether. And I think that that's when we'll really start to see how much damage was done at the community level.
And the winners during this turbulent year? Well, the fact that most people have learned to work remotely may have positive long-term effects on the Coachella Valley as an influx of people continue to move here and invest in our local economy.